mission objectives are to extract the child soldier's commander and their captive, the General's number 2. This child soldier platoon decided to break away from the Mbeli militants. They took the number 2 captive and have occupied an abandoned village. Start by checking that location on your map. Boss, the child soldiers will treat you as an enemy, but they're just kids. See that they don't get hurt.
Please specify a project. The map has been updated.
Be careful down there, boss. Reconnaissance is best conducted from high vantage points. I've marked a good spot on your map. Take a look at your iDroid.
The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets. There he is, the commander. Extract him.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination.
If you're gonna use CQC on those kids, limit it to throws or punches. If you're gonna use CQC on those kids, limit it to throws or punches. Their size and agility makes it too hard to catch them in a restraining hold. Group of child soldiers. No, must be. All right, now you just need to extract the General's number 2.
The map has been updated.
Boss, another child soldier has entered the village. Must have been out on patrol.
Enemy presence.
Looks like they had more than one patrol out.
Has been updated.
Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself.
Clouds approaching. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets.
You have arrived at your destination. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
That's the target. No way he can stand the shock of a Fulton extraction. Get him out by chopper.
The map has been updated. Guard post captured.
Okay, that's the General's brother, his number 2. Get him out of there, boss. Captured an enemy vehicle. Just like weapons and items, you can use your iDroid to have vehicles you've extracted dropped in. You can also let members of the combat unit use them on dispatch missions.
Caution, rain approaching. Please select a landing zone.
Roger.
Support Transport helicopter requested. Development project has been added. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. Okay, subject is in. This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by. You completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
Mission info has
Gaining
been
altitude.
updated. Buddy departing area of operations.
Departing.
Extraction arrived
Good
at
work.
Mother Base.
Yes, mission complete. Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care. Boss, we have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper.
Mission
Look
list
closely.
updated.
Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa. Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. It'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid. I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up. We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you.
Staff assigned.
Boss, a new job's come in. It's a hit. I'm the human trafficker who sent Shivani and the others to Nzoya Badia Bulu, where you ran into Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid.
Please specify a project. Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Deploying.
Boss, the target is a PF logistics officer who works as a human trafficker on the side. The client wants him dead. He's currently on the run somewhere on the savannah with bodyguards. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Ditati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Ditati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. Find a route. Find a man.
Be careful down there, boss.
Clouds approaching. Marker placed. Enemy presence detected. Extraction arrived at base.
Alles gespannen, das steht hier. Mehrere Anfall in Aktie. Alle hier. Alle worden geverst.
got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key. Look for an antenna.
The map has been updated.
Boss, the prisoner you extracted was a civilian abducted by the target. He says the trafficker is trying to make contact with a human rights NGO. He hopes to
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Boss, the target is moving across the savannah. Find him and eliminate him. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. Find the route. Find the man. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Ditati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Ditati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. You made it to the Ditati abandoned village. That's where the enemy PF's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key. Look for an antenna.
Analysis complete. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
CP, dit is Route 10. Ons het skade aan de installatie. Dit is een vijandige aanval. Oor. Dit is CP, begrijp. Alles op onmiddellijk en geen terugvoering. Uit.
Goed, dit gebied!
us. Boss, that prisoner you extracted was a civilian abducted by the target. He said the trafficker is trying to make contact with a human rights NGO. He hopes that by handing over his list of buyers, they'll guarantee his safety.
Lusadis! Sambunaki.
Okay, subject is in. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
You have arrived at your destination. Marker placed. You have arrived at your destination. Marker placed. Extraction arrived at the base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Marking light. Gyro
destination.
You gotta extract him.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. The map has been updated.
Target extracted.
Mission ending has been
He's coming too. Roger that.
will clear shortly. Exfiltrated.
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
All right, mission complete. Our trafficker was very talkative. Guinea pigs. That's what became of his kidnapped victims. Says he got a good look at that factory at Zoya Badiabulu when he dropped off some fresh guinea pigs for them, along with our man without a face. His instincts told him to run like the rat he is. Said it wasn't worth the money. Figured he could be next. That's when he went to the NGO for help. He thought that in exchange for his buyer's list, they could set him up with a new identity someplace far away. He had an idea who he was up against, and he didn't want to take any chances. A true rat. But like us dogs, he knew when he smelled trouble. And something else. He said the specimens come from deep in the forest. We don't know what he meant by specimens just yet, but those guinea pig symptoms match what we've seen on the infected at Mother Base. Deep in the forest. Maybe there's the clue we need to beat this infection. Boss, the truth could be right around the corner.
Side ops list
Boss,
updated.
we finally heard from one of our missing intel team members. He says he has a solid lead on the epidemic at Mother Base. Take a look at the mission details ASAP.
Caution, rain approaching. Select unit. Staff assigned. Select unit. Staff assigned. Please select a mission. Mission accepted. The map has been updated. Plant expansion complete. Marker removed. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Development project has been added. Enemy
member of the intel unit has gotten a lead on the epidemic that's crippling Mother Base. The problem is, our man has been captured by the PF in his operation area. He's being held at the guard post on the western end of the mine. Boss, we need you to get him out ASAP. Right now, he's our only link to the root cause of the epidemic.
Please specify a project. The map has been updated.
Driver engaged dynamite.
You have arrived at your destination.
Check the VI on your iDroid. That's where the target is being held.
Driver disengaged.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
The target. He got out on his own.
Analysis.
Boss, cover his escape, then extract him once the coast is clear.
The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Boss got an emergency report from the intel team. A vehicle has fled the guard post heading northwest. The prisoner at the wheel appears to be the target. Did he escape on his own? The target is no longer at the designated position. Find that vehicle fast. Boss, did you see that explosion? There's smoke. The target's crashed his vehicle. That'll bring the enemy down on him in no time. The target's in danger. Get to the scene of the crash.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Where's the target? He's still breathing. He's in no shape for a Fulton extraction. Then you carry him.
Updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Support
That's fine.
helicopter
I'll send a
requested.
chopper. Get the target to the RV.
Mission info. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy Enemy presence detected.
This is B-Quad.
Has been
Arriving
updated.
shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Exfiltrated.
You can't let them follow you. Throw off the enemies on your tail first.
Gaining altitude.
Buddy departing area of operations.
Departing.
Mission complete. And the target's safe. Time to figure out what the hell is behind this epidemic.
The map has been... Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
All right, mission complete, boss. Boss, the intel team member you extracted was DOA. He kept insisting we listen, right up until his last breath, about the pathogen, and the old man who knows how to treat it. Code Talker. He even told us where he is. Boss, let's make sure his death was the last. It's high time we met this Code Talker.
Mission
Boss,
list updated.
you need to make contact with Code Talker, the old man who knows what the pathogen is. We have to stop this disease that's spreading across Mother Base.
Select a mission.
Select the mission on your iDroid.
Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Deploying.
Boss, make contact with the old man known as Code Talker. According to the intel team member you extracted, he knows what the epidemic is and how to treat it. You'll find him in a mansion deep in the valley beyond the forest. He's a high-value target who's probably involved with Cypher's research. This information came at a heavy price, and you can bet security on site is gonna be tight. Watch yourself out there, all right? Make contact with the target, Code Talker, and if the treatment requires it, extract him to Mother Base.
Be careful down there, boss.
No sign of the enemy. Judging from security in the area, I'd expect to see a patrol by now. Missed. Have a bad feeling about this. the skulls. Damn it! So Cypher is behind this. Sniper! Where are they? Where the hell are they hiding? You'll have to weave your way between cover. Don't let your guard down. You see that? Sniper vanished into thin air. Just like quiet. If you can't mark them, there's no way to tell where they'll strike from next. Stay on your guard.
Development complete.
Rest in peace now.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
don't you try interrogating them? They might know the target's exact location.
You have arrived at your destination.
They're with the PF Zero Risk Security.
Complete.
Looks like they're already on guard. Afrikaans is the lingua franca for mercs in that area. If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need an interpreter. trying to take you out. Contact the target later.
Outpost captured.
I've been waiting, Tilisi. Or should I say, Bedahokhale.
That's him. That's Code Talker.
Look familiar? It's infecting my men. How do we...
Silence. Or death.
What do you...
It could be in here. Stay quiet. Your life depends on it. Sit. The parasite has infected your band. Those are its larvae. They enter the throat and attach themselves to the vocal cords. They mimic the host's membranes flawlessly. No one can tell the difference. Upon reaching maturity, they mate. Sustained exposure to a particular sound triggers copulation. The resulting larvae then feast on the host lungs, killing it. The particular sound is words. They attack only those who speak a certain language, not just one. I cannot say which language your parasites are attuned to. But silence is the best way to keep them from laying their children. This contains an herb that they dislike. Good. That should deafen them for a while. You have bought yourself some time. Speak.
Is there a cure?
Once symptoms manifest, lava have already infested the alveoli. At which point, nothing can be done. There is a way to halt the onset, which would prevent infection.
I need your help.
He stole the ones I sealed away, forced me to do his terrible work.
Skullface.
Even a country like America sways in his wake. I could not defy him. The fate of Dine lies in his hands. However, perhaps the Nishia led you here. If my children have upset the Hojun of the world, it falls to me to set it right.
You've secured the target, but he's too old to risk a full extraction. Put Code Talker in the chopper and return to base.
He claims they are the dream of every ruler since the dawn of time. Teach them your enemy's words, then unleash them on his lands, destroying only those who speak his tongue. He calls them his ethnic cleansers.
Ethnic cleansers? That's what Skullface is after. Then Inzuya Badiabulo was... Boss, he's gonna wipe every language besides English off the face of the earth.
Ironic, isn't it? They gave us language, and now they take it away. It is thanks to them that man first learned to speak. But now, the hands of their clock turn back. They've been warped by the hands of man.
Alle Truppe, das ist CFP. Und sind durchgekommen.
Updated.
They know you took out the skulls. They'll sense rushing things now. Wait and see what their next move is.
Support helicopter requested.
Victims never implanted without my knowledge, even had I known.
Members buried there too. Bastards. They're gonna pay for this. Mother Base dies with him.
There's a speed bump! On station at LT! Cover fire! In hot! Prioritize the elimination of enemy threats. Prioritizing elimination of enemy threats. Target acquired. In hot. Prioritizing elimination of enemy threats. There's a C-Squad. Boarding a tag run and heading for nearby LZ. Don't keep me waiting. Get on board as soon as I touch down. On station at LZ!
Mission info has been updated.
Gaining altitude.
Area enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete. Great work. Boss, we found the bodies of the two missing Intel team members in Lufwa Valley. We knew we wouldn't get them back alive, but still, it's a damn shame. Don't let their sacrifice go to waste, boss. We need to stop the epidemic at Mother Base. That old man, Code Talker, he's the only hope we've got.
Tell me how to fight it.
I hid the answer in a microbe this one carries. It turns the male parasites into females, preventing reproduction. One parasite infecting another. However, it doesn't affect only the parasite. It alters the host as well. Your infection will be contained, but you and your men will also be rendered infertile. That is the price you must pay to regain your speech.
That freak show back there. They the work of your children too?
A different strain from the vocal cord parasite, known as the one that covers. It acts as the host's skin, providing strength in exchange for nourishment. But I did not know those men were infected. They were forced to serve him, then steal my research. Have you seen one of their vehicles?
The yellow cake.
Captured a convoy they were escorting. Cargo, some kind of mineral.
What became of it? The metallic archaea?
Clouds ahead!
It's them.
Mission
Boss,
list.
are you okay? So the vocal cord parasites that have infected Mother Base, they're ethnic cleansers designed to silence those who don't fit into Skullface's worldview. We can't allow him to have such power. Go over the mission details and get going ASAP.
Clouds ahead!
It's them.
Snake, can you hear me? Are you okay? Looks like you're surrounded by mist. The support chopper can't get close to your position right now.
Hurry! They are coming! We are their quarry.
Skulls. So that mist is their work. Let's send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. You cannot lose Code Talker.
located a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Unloaded shortly. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Please supplies requested. Enemy presence detected. Supply drop complete. Supplies requested. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Supply drop complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Please solar supplies requested. Enemy presence detected. Supply drop complete.
Nice going, boss. That mist is clearing. Great work, boss.
Helicopter.
I'm coming in on another chopper. Get Code Talker to the LZ and wait there.
Mission info has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Get in, boss.
Extraction arrived at the mother base.
Mission complete. Great work.
Skullface is no longer in Africa. The nuclear test was a success. Now they turned their knives on me.
Satellites didn't read any test. Neither did seismometers.
The detonation test took place 5 years ago in the southern Indian Ocean. The final test was the opposite, to prevent detonation.
You mean?
Skullface plans to sell nuclear weapons that he retains control of.
It's not like hawking small arms to militias.
Indeed. He plans to avoid detection by exporting minerals containing tiny amounts of uranium in the form of metallic archaea. Once on site, the metallic archaea enrich the uranium and weaponize it. Loaded onto all-terrain bipedal machines, they ensure any country, armed group, even the smallest terrorist cell, can become a nuclear power.
Bipedal. So that's why they needed Huey.
A nuke business to replace the arms business. And Skullface owns the market.
The very atmosphere of nukes, anywhere and everywhere. Deterrence on all sides.
So that's why he ran a non-detonation test.
Yes. Another metallic archaea instantly overrides the criticality generator. It fails safe only he controls. Any such weapon can be deactivated whenever he chooses, regardless of who owns it or their intent to use it.
Nukes. Controlled by a man, not a country.
If they proliferate, conventional nukes lose all value. Political, military, and economic. The two superpowers become powerless.
The R&D and medical teams have come up with a proposal for a new suit that applies Code Talker's research, the Parasite suit. Apparently, it can recreate some of the Skull's unusual abilities. But in order to use those abilities, it needs parasites. If you want to wear this suit, you're going to need to get a hold of parasites by extracting skulls.
We need to stop the epidemic at Mother Base.
About the pathogen spreading through Mother Base, what's your opinion?
Textbook symptoms of vocal cord parasite infestation. And judging from this casualty list, it is the Kikango strain. Meaning, a breed of parasite that triggers symptoms upon detecting pronunciation specific to Kikango.
So how do we keep them from becoming symptomatic?
Use this. A type of Wolbachia, introduced to a sample of the parasite. The parasitic bacteria that colonizes the parasites, turning male to female and preventing copulation. We must cultivate more.
Thanks to Code Talker, we've managed to put a stop to any new vocal cord parasite infections. We couldn't save those already symptomatic, but everyone who survived has been released from the quarantine platform. Skullface will pay for this.
Again with the truth serum?
What are those legs made of? Titanium? All the way to the femur.
Metallic archaea.
Sahelanthropus. Where is it?
What?
We have to know before his plan is complete. Sahelanthropus is the final piece.
What are you talking about?
If the Soviets break out a mobile, controllable nuclear weapon, East-West relations will be right back at the Cuban Missile Crisis.
The Cold War returns to life, as countries without nuclear arsenals line up for what Skullface is selling. Nuclear weapons proliferate overnight, and on the brink of annihilation, the world maintains its balance.
But we know this is all just a shield,
A ruse. The cleansing parasites are what matter most. A WMD to eclipse even nukes, and the only one that can still be used. Skullface is the world's greatest threat, and Zero's. The pieces are in place. All that remains is to unveil Sahelanthropus in Afghanistan.
They can't activate it without me. Okay, B-Zero. Sahelanthropus is beyond the Soviet base camp, in a lab built by the Soviet philosophers. That's what you're looking for. But I have no idea how he's controlling it. It wasn't designed to accommodate a human pilot. No! No! Wait!
We got word from Afghanistan. Everyone at the Soviet base camp's dead. No sign of fighting. Parasites. Skullface's men then headed north. The target is OKB-0. That's where he'll activate Sahelanthropus. Unless we stop him, he'll go down in history a conquering victor. We can't let that happen. Wipe him out. Don't leave any trace of his existence.
I'm gonna need backup on this one.
You'll rendezvous on site.
Boss, about Eli. No matter how many times we talk to him, he just won't listen. He sees everything in terms of victory or defeat and still won't accept that you beat him.